Yo, yeah, Jack, are you frozen? Sam, are you there? Yeah, Jack, are you frozen? Sam, are you there? Yeah, Jack, are you frozen? Sam, are you there? What are we even doing here?
Yo, Wi-Fi flagging, but they holding it down. How about them J-era Maz ballers running Beantown? They say these guys are ridiculous, yet probably true. Like the 23 Celtics, they got a deep crew. Pregame Papa trying to make some bank. Professor Pete repping Latvia, KP the thank. RJ's on the email taking fools to college. Joey, Matt, Timo, Robin, let's acknowledge. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? In the garden, fighting for a quiet spot. Jack's taking notes while the crowd gets hot. Irate, insightful, not a diplomat. Sam's got a long list and it's just for rats. Rat list your Wi-Fi, rat list your dog. Rat list Bronny, rat list LeBron. Rat list the traffic, rat list the song. Rat list that's getting too long. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? Might think they're chill, but don't get it twisted. They're not just hustling, they're highly gifted. Still new to the scene and making their mark. It's a humble beginning, it's a hero's arc. Sam's keeping it real with the Starkey vibe, but he's all in with Jack when it's time to ride. Your ass hat in the chat, Jack says don't come back. He's got zero patience for nonsense attacks. What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Checking Sam, talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here? What are we even doing here? We're taking the crown. Jack and Sam talking Celtics and breaking it down. Competition can't keep up, they're starting to frown. What are we even doing here?
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Sam, we cannot hear you. Maybe he knows that. Maybe he's trying to fix it. Oh, well, roaring start. What's up, Nate? How you doing?
I'm good, Jack. How are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got better seats than I do.
Hey, I'll take it when I can get it. Oh, okay. Let me post the starting lineup in the chat here. So it's just you now. And would you believe it? It's the same thing that it's been for the past 6 games. So nothing special. But we do know, in fact, Minot has earned a place. Hopefully, he can be a little better than the Utah game. Looked great there. Hopefully, the Celtics can be a little better than the Utah game. What'd you make of that game? Was it just, it is what it is? Sam's coming back a little bit.
I made it.
You
oh
did.
my gosh.
Hey,
Sorry,
Sam.
guys. What's
That's
going
okay.
on? Thanks for joining us. I didn't get to say thanks on the air yet, but we do appreciate it. We swear, even though I couldn't be here for the introductions.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. I'm glad you guys invited me on. Talk little C's before the game. But yeah, Jack, hopefully this is a little bit better. I guess depending on how you feel on the tank conversation versus no tank, but hopefully this one's a little bit better. That was a tough watch, last game, so can't get much worse.
Literally could not get worse. They shot a record worst 11 of 51 from three, like the worst percentage by any team that's taken 50 or more threes in a game, and they still lost on a Nurkic putback buzzer beater. Just an unbelievable way to lose a basketball game. We did joke on here. I was joking that Nurkic is going to be a problem against the front court, and he actually ended up being a problem, which was not good. But yeah, Washington in town today. Very winnable game. Washington, I believe they're 1-6 so far this season. Not a very good team. Even though they are showing more promise than they have in recent years, they actually have some kind of direction. They have a young core. They have players that the fans can actually get attached to and be excited to see. So, they will be motivated to come in here and get a win. Brian Keefe, the head coach, had a lot of respect for the Celtics. He was asked whether or not they've lost their aura since, the summer, losing a lot of players. And he is like, nope, they still got a lot of guys that have won a ton of games over there. So we got a lot of respect for the Celtics, so they'll be coming to play.
Yeah,
I'm just
a fan of the young
I'm just
guys
waiting for the
on
night
that
where they
team.
shoot. The Wizards are fun. Go ahead, Nate. I like the Wizards core.
Yeah, no problem. I was just gonna say, it feels like for the first time in a while, they've actually got something there that's, worth talking about. So Alex Sarr, he's playing good. Keyshawn George. They've got a little something. Like you can see like the there's a something set there. I don't know. They need probably that one more guy in the lottery, but they're working towards something, and you can't say that in the past. So Josh Allen's
Listen,
younger
man.
brother.
Have you gotten
Yes,
Josh
I'll
Allen
take
before?
it. Never gotten Josh Allen. I'll take it.
No, I mean, listen, I forget who I was reading. Like, I think it was just a tweet. It might have been Tyler Rucker or one of the No Ceilings guys, but they're like, the Wizards did it so poorly for so long, and now they're just drafting a bunch of young guys they believe in, giving them a lot of minutes, and seeing what happens. And, like, there's not much else you can do, right? Like, you're not going to guarantee to get all hits. It's not like Bob Carrington, Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, not guaranteed to be these great superstars, but the most you can do is give them a bunch of playing time, coach them up, and see what happens. And they've done that. I mean, they've got the stage of the rebuild where they're like, okay, let's surround some of these young guys we like with vets. They got Trey Johnson in here this year too. Obviously, CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton, who's out tonight. But it's something's coming together in Washington that I'm a fan of. What I'm looking for tonight is the same thing I've looked for since the start of the season. Is tonight going to be the night where the Celtics remember how to shoot the basketball? And I don't know when that night's going to come, but I'm still confident that it will be here eventually.
You can come on every game and just be like, it's going to be tonight. Because you're going to be right eventually. Like, the Cavs game, they showed it. They came out and matched Cleveland. They made shots right along with them. Both teams were red hot in the first half, and they managed to kind of carry it over into the second quarter where the Cavs fell off. And they end up winning the game in an impressive fashion. Everyone's like, whoa, this team's back. And we haven't really seen it since. It's so bizarre because Jack and I have talked about it endlessly. The threes that they're getting aren't bad shots. It's from guys who have made these shots in the past. It's the same guys who you can trust to make catch and shoot shots with your life. And all of a sudden, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard shooting like 15%, 25% respectively. It's been breathtakingly bad. Like I said, they were all-time worst bad on Monday, and they still barely lost the game. They're doing so many great marginal things. They're doing a great job on defense. They're a chaotic team. They force turnovers, and yet they're not really able to capitalize on it because they're not quite taking advantage. They're winning the sharp margin. They can't make any shots.
Yeah, I mean, even Sam, that last game, I saw him get about as open as he ever maybe has been on one of those plays. He came curling off a screen. I think it was – I forget who it was. Someone was sealing him off in the corner, and he had at least like 10, 15 feet of space and just bricked it. So it did just kind of feel like one of those games.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. They're getting good shots. They're just not going in. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know if Nimi's going to hit those 3 threes for you, Tugboat, but we can see. Speaking
what is your payout for that? Put it in the chat, because it's got to be a lot. Yeah.
I did just see this on Twitter, though. Best 5-man lineups per minimum 100 possessions. Obviously, they've only played 100 possessions, so it is the smallest possible sample size. But second best net rating of 5-man lineups in the NBA. Walker Kessler out now. This is the point of the poster, maybe University. But listen, I was upset after the Utah game. It was like Nimi wasn't good. None of the bigs were good. And then I rewatched it, and I said this on the show. I don't know when I said this. I think the last pod or the video we did yesterday. Nimi wasn't great. I still don't think he was amazing. The defense just craters when he's not on the court. Like, none of the other bigs are effective on the defensive end, or at least they weren't in the Utah game. And it is just so painfully obvious how much they need Nimi Skate on the court if they want to win basketball games. And I do think he deserves a ton of credit. I've said it all season. Like, he's been infinitely better than I wasn't very high on him, and I think he's been actually like a legitimately impactful player. Like, I think he's been good, but I really just think it is Luka Garza is not a good defender. Tillman is, not athletic enough, and Chris Boucher is like a foul happy, undersized, like more of a forward. It's just, you need Nimi Skate if you want the defense to work. And when the defense does work, this scrambling, chaos defense, it's really, really, really good. But when Nimi Skate is on the court, it really struggles.
I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought we were like 8-9 games into the season and we're coming on the show being like, when Nimi's not out there, it's bad. They're cooked. And here we are. It is the case. Like, he's done some good things, and really, like you said, like he's really the only reliable guy out there. Nate, is there anything specifically you've noticed over these first several games that has really stuck with you? Like, I know you're always posting clips, you're always watching the film. I'm sure there are some things that have stuck out.
Yeah, just in general, obviously, I'm not alone here. Minot is kind of a revelation. I think I've said it a couple times before this year that regardless of how well they actually play, like what our records ends up being at the end of the year, I'd consider it a success if a guy like Minot, a guy like Hugo, they actually look like they're worth keeping around and that they're going to be on the next good Celtics team. So to me, that is the most important part of this year. It's still, I'm not certain if we're going to be good or bad yet. We've seen a good mix of both, but to me, it's Minot actually solidifying himself, looking like that role player already. I think that's huge.
Yeah, it's just been a big mystery. What are they going to be? They can't decide. They do some things great. They do some things the absolute worst, and they're just middle of the pack, mid. I'm just so curious what it's going to be when the threes go in.
I have a bad. I don't want to say like I hate to break it to you, but like mid. Like you kind of said it when you were saying it. Like that is kind of just how it is. Like I mean, I said 45 wins. 45 wins is inherently mid. Like it's a good mid team, but it's still mid.
It's good mid. It's not mid.
But it's mid. It's mid. Like I said this in a pod a couple weeks ago. Like I said 45 wins, and I feel like that is higher than people expect. That is 17 fewer wins than last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That is a lot. That is a huge difference. So, yeah, you stumbled luckily. What is that? Stumbled luckily.
No, this person came in so they found the show, and Dave was vouching for us, saying they found a great show.
Next time. Next time.
Shout out to him. Oh. I had something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Today should be a winnable game. We talked about it at the start of the show. If they lose today, and this is breaking news to Jack, if they lose today, I'm officially joining Tank FC. Officially jumping on, putting the helmet on. It will be a disgusting way for it to happen, but it will be 73, or rather 70 games, because I will still care about the cup. I'll vouch for the cup of me just being like, I hope they lose.
Yeah, that's completely valid. I kind of joked about it after the last game, but this is the real test of, is this team just mid or are they that bad? This is a real contender for that top pick. So it'll be interesting to see how we look. If we look more like the Cleveland game, then you start to reel some of us back in again. If not, yes, Tank FC, it might be the way.
I didn't know that the outcome of this game was going to determine my mental health doing the show for the rest of the season. I'm now significantly not looking forward to it.
I'm so happy that Jack got to hear this live on air and have it just dawned upon him. His night has been ruined. He now feels like he has 10 grand riding on the money line today. It is going to be a long season for Jack. Trying to be positive while I try and tear it all down. But I don't know. Like, I want to be in. There's been enough throughout these first 8 games, specifically the win streak, that was like, okay, like I think they might have something here. This is a fun team. They play hard. Like, they create a lot of good looks. But if you're not able to get past the Jazz and the Wizards, and like, I don't know what to tell you. These are teams that even the mid teams need to be able to beat down on a pummel, and it didn't happen Monday. If it doesn't happen tonight,
but they don't. That's what makes a mid team a mid team. They lose bad games all the time.
They do lose bad games.
A bunch of bad games.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't lose that many games last year. They only lost 20. They've already lost a quarter of the games that they lost last year.
I'm saying against bad teams. I'm saying
okay.
Like they lost the games to bad teams.
All right, we're gonna pull it up and find out.
I got it. I'm pulling it up. 1 second.
RJ is not abandoning you though, so don't worry.
Yeah.
And like for the next 48 minutes, like I am still a believer. Like Dave's saying, the energy's about to shift. Like I believe it. I think it can happen. But Final score, Wizards W. I don't know if I believe anymore. I might be a broken man. Until Friday, I'll still care.
Here's
They
my
lost
take.
to.
I
Go
have
ahead.
a hard time actually while these games are going on rooting for losses. When the game ends,
I'll be right there with you.
when the game ends, it becomes a little bit easier to maybe even just use that as cope, right? But once we get towards the end of the season, if things are tracking towards the lottery, then I think I will just be on, full on lose mode. But right now, it's a little bit harder to just like, yes, let's go out and lose this once.
They lost to the Bulls last year. They lost to the Raptors by 13 last year. They lost to the Kings last year. Like, bad losses happen. I'm just saying, they lost to a Hawks team that started Keaton Wallace. Like, shout out Keaton Wallace.
Do you remember in the title season when they lost to the Hawks twice in the same week, and we all were like, "Oh my God, the sky's falling."
Don't say we all. Don't say we all. Listen, man, they should win tonight. Don't like, this isn't me saying like, oh my God, like, even like losing is fine. Like, obviously not. It's the Wizards. Like, if they want to be a competitive-ish or playoff basketball team, they should win this game absolutely, especially after losing 2 straight. I'm just saying, like, I what did I say? A 10-game sample size. We're at 8 right now. Well, if they lose tonight, win in Orlando, like, I'm just gonna be on. We'll see. And I also think the context is important here. How many of the games they lost have been like they were right there? They should have won the game. It was a 1-point game on opening night. It was a 1-possession game against Utah. They were right there. They should have beat the Pistons. They just gave up 7 million offensive rebounds in the last 2 minutes. And for what it's worth, since then they have been a lot better on the glass in fixing that issue. And then you have the Rockets in the Knicks game, and even the Knicks game came down to 1 quarter. Like, I'm just saying the trend of when they lose games, it's close and it's because of like very definable mistakes. But when they win, it is like they're kind of just kicking ass. I don't know. I still think this team can play winning basketball, but I think the learning process and the process of getting there is just been a little bumpier than people expected or people may have hoped.
With that being said, I'm looking at the next week of games or so. So after today, you go play Orlando twice. You play Brooklyn. You play Memphis. Then I believe it's the Pistons on Friday for the Cup. Or no Cup game next Friday. They have until the Sunday off. So they have the Clippers that next Sunday. That's 4 winnable games in a row. Orlando has stumbled out the gates. Like, just the complete opposite end of the spectrum from Tank FC. It's like, what if they just win 5 games in a row? That is what this season is allowed. Like, it allows you to dream either way.
Go ahead, Nate. I'll let you go first, and I'll jump back in.
No, please. I didn't.
I think the Magic are one of the worst matchups for the Celtics team. I think they're going to struggle against this Magic team. Like, it's not as extreme as the Rockets, but like long, lanky, athletic, defensive-minded teams are going to be hard for them to beat because there are not many of those things. And the Magic are, and they play them twice, and they're going to be. I still think the Magic are going to be a really good team. Just got off to a start. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I think the Celtics have a bunch of winnable games in this stretch that they need to capitalize on if they want to be a playoff team this year, and this that we're about to watch is one of them. The Magic games, I do think, could be a struggle fest. Then you go back to Philly, and I think that's a pretty winnable game based on the way Philly's been playing, even though they're one of the better teams. Like, the Celtics have matched up well with them in their 2 games. They've got Brooklyn coming up a couple times. Dear God, like, come on. And then we'll have to go from there. But, yeah.
Yeah, the Desmond Bane tenure so far is off to a pretty cold start for the Magic. I mean, obviously you don't want to overreact early, but that could end up being kind of rough for them if he doesn't turn it around a bit.
I mean, he did nail that dude with the basketball, Onyeka Okongwu with the basketball.
Okongwu.
Yeah, just drilled him. At least he's hitting some of his shots. Right? It is weird, though. Like, they just continue to be a bad shooting team. Like, Paolo really hasn't been that great to start the season. And, like, there's just a lot of question marks going on down there. after they give up 5 first-round picks for Spain, or is it only 3? I think it's like 3 and then a bunch of swaps or something. They gave up a lot of draft capital for it.
I think it was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Grizzlies, as bad as it is going for them right now, can at least be like, well, we have this. Like, at least we can put that in our back pocket and feel good about it through these first 2 weeks. Now, do I think that Orlando can turn around? Yes. Like, they definitely have a lot of talented players. We just have to wait and see. But listen, the Celtics are cup respecters. We saw it in Philly. They beat a good Philly team. They came to play. Like, they played probably their best basketball this season that game. They just played also their worst basketball of the season in the same game, and they gave everybody a heart attack. I'm super excited for Friday's game in Orlando. I still care about this game tonight, but I'm a cup guy. I just don't know what to say.
Wouldn't it be something if we just dominate every cup game and then throw away the rest?
That would be ultimate, like, good luck. Like, good cup karma for years to come. Actively tanking team goes out, competes, maybe even wins the cup in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were kind of talking about this at the dinner table today. By the way, great dinner here. I know people come to the stream just for dinner. Baked potato bar. You could load up your potato. No, by the way, nobody more excited about the baked potatoes than Scal. Scal was pumped. Were you in there when he came in, Jack?
No.
So it's me, Taylor Snow, and Mark D'Amico at the table, and Scal comes in, and Mark goes, I know no one's more pumped about these potatoes than Scal. And Scal turns around and goes, potatoes are underrated, man, I'm telling you. Like, the same energy he has when he's talking about mashed pozzoles on a broadcast, he had about the loaded baked potatoes. So, yeah, Chef Lamont and company didn't miss. They never missed, but they didn't miss tonight. Great meal. And, yeah, we were just sitting there thinking about the cup. Churros, yep, had one of those. What an experience they give you in the cafeteria at this place.
Shout out. Oh, man, I'm looking at some of these stats. The Celtics are 29th in three-point percentage. They are 28th in field goal percentage. They are 30th in free throws attempted by 2.6 per game. They are 17th in rebounding. They are 27th in defensive rebounding. They are 30th in assists per game. It's bad. And yet they are shooting a lot of shots and offensive rebounding the ball well and forcing a lot of turnovers and getting blocks and steals. I don't know. I want to look at how open their shots have been after. I think I looked at this 5 games ago. I'm going to look now. But yeah, you guys talk.
Question for you guys. As far as the preseason, I want to play faster, we want to play faster type of thing, how well do you think they've actually done accomplishing that goal of playing faster?
So I think it has become somewhat difficult for them to play fast. Not to say that they don't do it, because they do, and when they have the opportunity, they will run. But they've been so bad at rebounding that they kind of have to punt on that and be like, all right, we have to make sure we have the ball before we start running. And they're towards the bottom of the league in defensive rebounding percentage. Like, since they started winning games, like, a big reason and why is because they did a better job of rebounding. And I think all their wins, they've out-rebounded the opponent. Like, it's been literally key, which, I mean, I know rebounding can be subjective to missed shots and things of that matter too, but it hasn't been as lopsided where they're just getting absolutely bludgeoned on the glass. So I think when they have the opportunity, they do it. There are certain players that do it better. Honestly, people in the chat talking about Anthony Simons think he's really bad at it. I think there's a lot of taking his time to get into the action when it's Anthony Simons handling the ball. But others are more apt to do it for sure. You, Jack?
Yeah, I think it's hard to do it when they're not rebounding well, and I don't know. I think playing fast looks a lot different than just sprinting every time with court. Like, I think the defense is playing very quick. I think in the half court, like, it tails off throughout the game. Like, I think they start well. Yeah. For what it's worth, the Celtics generate the 5th most wide open shots per game in the NBA. 6+ feet, closest defender. They're generating 26 of them. They're shooting 39.4%. Not great. Not great, Bob. They're also generating the most open, which is closest defender 46 feet away, shots per game at 34.4, but shooting just 40.4% on those. They're generating the second most quote open threes per game, which is closest defender 4 to 6 feet away, at 19.9 per game, and they're shooting 27% on those. So they just got to make shots. Like they just really just have to make the shots. And it sounds like such a cop out, like lame analysis. Shit, man, you're shooting 27% on open shots. Come on.
It's been painful, just hurtful. The rim has been unkind to them. They've also had like more basket problems than any other team in the league. There was a net delay in Detroit. There was almost another one against the Rockets on Saturday. I guess one of the hoops here was uneven last game. They had to like fix it in the pregame warm-ups and everything. Like the rim was tilted, so maybe that's why. Maybe they just are always being dealt bad hands when it comes to shooting. But let's see. I want to see if we missed anything in the chat. Are the Celtics struggling because the universe is giving them bad karma for doing J.D. Davison parody? No.
No, the JD thing, it just never worked. It never worked out here, and I'm glad he found somewhere else. But to be honest, it just felt like every time he got on the court for the Celtics, he didn't look like nearly the same guy as you saw in the G League. But again, I'm happy he found a spot on the Rockets. It's good for him.
I mean, he thrives with the ball in his hands, and that was just not what they were going to ask him to do here. So there's no reason why they really should have kept him. Even though, ironically, like this season, there might have been the most possible opportunity for him to actually do that. Depending on, especially with like, if they don't keep Simons, who knows? Like there will be real ball handling possessions for him to have, but he's not here. He's playing in Houston. At least he gets to be a part of a competitive team.
I think it's tough to have the ball in your hands that much if you're not a pull-up threat in the Celtics offense too. Like, for as much as Simons has the ball in his hands, he's done a pretty good job getting to his shot off a screen, stuff like that. That's not really JD's game. He wants to, get paint touches, kick it out. So I think that's kind of the difference there.
Nate, how have you felt about the Anthony Simons experience so far?
I mean, similar to what I expected. I think he's a talented guy. I don't know if he's had a lot of experience with what the Celtics kind of would like him to be, ideally. There were some times I went back a couple of years before the season and looked at him playing next to like Dame and CJ just to get a sense of sort of what more off-ball Simons could look like. And I don't know. I don't think he's had a lot of experience with that lately, so it's been a bit of an adjustment. When he's off ball playing next to a guy like Jalen that can create that advantage, I think it has looked good at times. And the defensive stuff too, I feel like he's tried to buy in on that end about as much as you would hope. That doesn't mean he's doing great, but he's trying. And, there's been some decent possessions there, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a million times in the show. When Anthony Simons has the ball in his hands, it hasn't looked very good when he's coming off screens or shooting off the ball or catch and shoot. It's great. It's just those possessions where it's Anthony Simons' time that you're like, oh, it's Anthony Simons' time. I forget who, it might have been Bobby Manning, was like, it's kind of like when Schroeder was on the team a few years ago, and it was like very clearly a talented player, just does not fit with what the team is trying to do. That's kind of how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, those catch and shoots, they're going in. He gets the catch and shoot. That shit is fine in the bottom of the net. It looks so clean coming out of his hands, shoots the ball confidently. I do wish that he was more effective when he does have the ball in his hands because it just feels chalked. Like anytime you see it, the possession's going to be slow and they're probably not going to get a very good look. Or if they do, it's going to take them the entire 24 to do so because they had to give up the ball with like 8 seconds on the shot clock and somebody else had to do it. Yes, he makes $30 million.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of time.
Well, 27.
He does
about
make
the same.
He makes a lot of money. 27 million. I think we can probably wrap it there. Nate, anything you want to plug? Where's your work? Where can people find you? Stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter. I'm just at Nate _ on there, NEIGHT _. I write for Celtics blog too, so if you're a fan of Celtics blog, check out some of my work. But thanks again, guys, for having me on here. This was fun. And go Celtics.
Of course. Final plug. however loud they boo CJ McCollum tonight will not be enough. Won't be loud enough. He ruined this team. He ruined the league. What a bad player. Terrible player. All right, here's Joe.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your